What's up, good people? Welcome again to another episode of Wheel of Albums. Along with my brother Adam and our friend Jack, I'm Justin. What we do here on Wheel of Albums is we spin a wheel of the 1001 albums you must hear before you die. From Robert Dimery's book of the same title. Then we listen to that album for a week, we get back to you, and we let you know if we think this album is something you must hear before you die. Adam spun the wheel this week. Adam spun 1967's Forever Changes by Love.
I've got nothing but love for love. I always get love and television mixed up, and initially in my head, when I first saw it, I was like thinking, all right, we're listening to Marquee Moon. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe another day for that one. It's because they both have great acclaimed albums that they're known for, and they have one-word titles for their names. And these guys were able to bring all of the 60s sounds together on this one album.
And my initial reaction was I thought I would know a song on this album, but the song I know is not on this album. I know the song 7 and 7 is fast, punky almost, psychedelic tune. What to expect? I just expected it was going to, the band's name is Love, so I just figured, it was going to be a bunch of songs about opening a hookah bar in outer space after pulling on a chocolate milk cow's udders while sitting in an upside-down phone booth.
Now that's the concept album this world really needs. So when Adam spun Forever Changes, I was happy to see this album. Back whenever I started going to acclaimedmusic.net, which is a great reference guide for music, I started picking up different CDs and albums, and one of the first albums or CDs I picked up at the time from an artist I didn't know before was Forever Changes. Does it hold up to all the acclaim that it receives throughout the years? Let's dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Something that's always struck me about this album is it's released right after the Summer of Love. That's a coincidence. There's a bit of paranoia in lead man Arthur Lee's lyrics and music. You can always feel the heavy smog just like sifting through all these songs. Did you guys pick up on that? Would you say this is a hangover from the Summer of Love?
Arthur Lee had somehow convinced himself he was soon to leave this mortal coil, so he better step up his musical game, something very specific that spoke to him or that he had dreams about, and became overly a perfectionist on it. It's full of impending doom, but it's still with the psychedelic sound. Right up my alley, a lot of almost Tijuana brass-ish notes, tunes, breakdowns. So I don't think he's enjoying his Summer of Love anymore. He's getting ready for his fall of death.
I feel like Forever Changes gives us everything you want perfectly from the 60s in one album. It's an album that magically kind of transports you back in your head, if you know anything about the 60s, to wanting you to have flower power, wear psychedelic clothing. To me, the first thing I thought of was, I want to go sell tomatoes and produce by the roadside out of my trunk to help my hippie commune.
If I'm trying to explain to somebody what the Forever Changes sound is, it's based on three things for me. One, you've got the backbone of the band, the acoustic guitars, flamenco guitars, nice rhythm section in the background, and on top of it, your next layer, Arthur Lee's incredible, unique vocals and the lyrics that he spits out on this thing, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then Bruce Botnick, who co-produced along with Arthur Lee, helped bring all the overdubs in. Neil Young supposedly was supposed to help produce with this thing, but he disappeared early on.
I like all of it. I think it's fantastically musically arranged. And the thing that popped out to me the most was probably Johnny Eccles' guitar work on A House Is Not a Motel and Live and Let Live. Somewhere towards the end of both of those songs, he just goes into kind of a manic, electric guitar solo that just takes the song and blasts it off, and really made me want to groove a lot more.
What I really enjoy a lot is the horns, and Arthur Lee's lyrics are psychedelic, a little bit nutty lyrics, brings those horns in, he brings those strings in, almost that I want to do a callback to Scott Walker album we listened to.
Episode 19, link included.
This album by Love is the anti-Scott Walker album. Even the Baroque moments, and they said that there was some Burt Bacharach influence. There's clearly Tijuana brass influence. This is what you need in the swinging 60s. This is what will melt your mind.
And I gotta say, around the second listen, I thought, you know what? This is the best overall album we've listened to.
I thought the same too, Adam. Just naturally listening to this just felt so good. And unfortunately, so many people don't know about this album. That's the tragedy.
For my ratings, I had 9 out of 11 of the songs were 8 or above, and we rank them out of 10. And 5 of those were 9.5s. And I didn't give anything a perfect score, but the bookends of Alone Again Or and You Set the Scene is just a fantastic way to start and finish an album.
I agree with that too, Adam. Those are my 2 favorite songs on Forever Changes.
Then you have the trifecta of The Red Telephone, Maybe the People Would Be Times, or Between Clark and Hillsdale, and Live and Let Live are just, they're so great to listen to. And I just really enjoy hearing this album.
Quick credit to Brian McClellan, who penned Alone Again or An Old Man. Those songs don't skip a beat compared to the 9 Arthur Lee songs on this album.
There's a lot of lyrics to choose from on here, but and Arthur Lee uses different voices to get his feelings out there. But I'm going to go with the opening to And More Again. And if you see old Woodsy, then you will know old Woodsy. And I'm sure Arthur Lee was trying to speak to me, but I wasn't even, had met the quickening yet at that point.
Arthur Lee, you are a mad genius on Forever Changes when it comes to the lyrics. Sometimes it feels over the top. That might be the one downfall of Forever Changes, is that sometimes it's so perfectly 60s that it's too much. Lyrics that stand out to me. One is from Live and Let Live, the opening lyrics of "The snot has caked against my pants, it has turned into crystal." That's a good one. But my favorite is from The Red Telephone, and it makes me chuckle every time I listen to it. And it goes something like this. I believe in magic. Why? Because it is so quick. I don't need power when I'm hypnotized. Look in my eyes. What are you seeing? How do you feel? I feel real phony when my name is Phil. Or was that Bill?
It is hard to argue with any of those picks, Jack and Adam. Those are some really good lyrics. That's part of the fun of Forever Changes is once those get lodged in your head and you come back and listen to this a couple years later, you're looking forward to hearing Arthur Lee's lyricism. I want to give 2 quick shout outs. One for Bummer in the Summer, which is probably the first rap song. I don't know if there's anything that predates this as far as Arthur Lee rapping along. In the middle of the summer, I had a job being a plumber. Just to pass to the fall was you. I wanted a ball day. I ain't got no papers on you. That's so good. Not me, Arthur's version. And then the part where he's scatting along with Maybe the People Would Be the Times with the horn. It's so good. I look forward to it every single time I listen to this album. And I'm just going to throw in a quick snippet of it right here. And that BAM! The amount of elation I get every time I hear that part of that song.
But I will say that I'm really glad that we have this album because it's like lightning caught in a bottle, and I can understand why it's on so many acclaimed lists because they really just encapsulated the 60s sound on Forever Changes.
We take a look at all the songs on here. Adam gives Forever Changes the highest 8.59 is what he gives Love Forever Changes. I came in with an 8.136. Jack, a 5.45 final rating of 7.39. Some of our favorite songs, Maybe the People, the Hillsdale Clark song, Alone Again Or, and You Set the Scene. All those are fantastic songs. Old Man came up at the bottom.
I feel real phony when my name is Phil.
Must you hear Forever Changes by Love Before You Die? This was the first time I heard it. Thought I was just going to get some by-the-numbers psychedelic pop, which is delivered on that You Set the Scene. I'm going with yes. This was a pleasant surprise, and I found myself getting deeper and deeper into the groove after each listen. Favorite tracks, Maybe the People would be Times or Between Clark and Hillsdale. And the Good Humor Man, he sees everything like this. Bummer in the Summer kind of made me think about Jimi Hendrix. But this is it's a wide-ranging album, but it still has the tinge of psychedelia on every song and straight-up rock pop. It's there. And horns. How can you go wrong? This is a must-hear before you die.
Love, exciting and new. One of the hard things to do on Wheel of Albums is sell you an already critically acclaimed album through the years. But I can't tell you how much I think that Forever Changes belongs in the same sentence as Pet Sounds and Sgt. Pepper's. When it comes to mid-60s music, it's an incredible album. A landmark achievement in songwriting and production. As you get older, the 60s keep getting pushed back, and I hope that Forever Changes doesn't get lost in the shuffle because it is truly a wonderful album. Arthur Lee, hats off to you. One of my favorite albums of the 60s. You must listen to this before you die. Adam?
I have to say absolutely, and not just once. I think you need to listen to it at least maybe 10 times. I think you need to set up a roadside market out of the trunk of your car and sell fruits and vegetables, and I think you need to blast this album while you do it. Honestly, every time I hear this album, I haven't listened to it a ton, but every time I do, it's not an album I go to or ever think of, but when it comes up and you put it on, you're just like, wow, this is fantastic. I love it so much. I love the love.
That is 3 positives for Forever Changes. Well put. If you are listening along, give us a subscribe if it's on YouTube, listening on Spotify. Give us a follow there for a new episode each Monday, and give us a rating too. Jack, you're up with the next spin for album number 39.
After being skipped over, I'm presuming accidentally, the wheel is spinning, and we get the second album by those battling British brothers, Oasis. What's the story? Morning Glory, 1995, on the next Wheel of Albums.